All right, gentlemen. It's the final. Everyone is excited. I see you brought out the jersey.
Yeah.
It reminds you of somewhere. We'll speak about it. But are we ready to get the ball rolling?
Yeah.
We ready?
Absolutely.
Okay. There you have it, guys. We're ready. But wait, before we do that, have a nice one. Yeah. Have a nice one, yeah? Have a nice one, yeah? Have a nice one, yeah? Come on now.
Did you just buy that
Grand
yesterday?
reveal.
Did you buy it yesterday?
Grand reveal.
Eh?
Here's a beautiful thing about this one.
Wow.
I was wearing it before the tournament.
Okay.
Then I did the social corner with it. And I promised that I'm going to wrap up the tournament with it. Right? But today, it's mainly because I'm in Morocco won against Nigeria. No ahala, brother. No problem.
So you kept it because you already sure.
No, so I want someone to find my brother Chewy Chew there, you know? And just tell him that, you know, I have a shoulder to cry on. A Moroccan shoulder to cry on if he needs one. Everything is all good. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the penultimatum, the grand finale. It is the AFCON podcast. And as usual, the best team is here. We're ready. But why does it seem like he needs to apologize again? You know?
Apologize for what?
Okay,
guys?
we'll start nicely.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I'm fine.
Yeah?
I'm partly fine.
Why?
Fine. Because I lost the prediction, so I'm a bit embarrassed. But it's all good. How unpredictable is African football? It's all good. I'll give it to Shaun. Shaun got the prediction right.
But look at this.
Painfully.
Yeah.
I'm passing it on to
It
Shaun.
almost reminds me of 25 years ago, what you revealed the other day.
Yeah.
December 2000. Remember? It's like this, like, yeah.
When you did the things. When you did the things.
yeah.
Come on.
But Shaun, the jersey, man. I mean, I was wearing that other jersey. I didn't think that it'll, you know, spark up some emotions and some inspiration.
Yeah,
but this one.
But both have a lot of history. The one you wore was the last time we qualified for World Cup.
Yeah.
Right? This is the last time we won the AFCON. 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Not only that,
Yeah.
you were part of that squad.
Yeah.
You know, guys, you know when you're in the midst of greatness.
Yeah.
I mean, I have Uganda's finest year after Dennis Onyango. We're still debating on that. And then, not only AFCON winner, Golden Boot,
4 years later.
but still it's AFCON.
Yeah. Many people actually don't know about that.
Yeah.
If you don't see it on the records of my page on
Why? Is it because he didn't come back with the trophy?
that's
to
the
show us?
problem, my friend. I'm still
What
waiting.
happened to the trophy?
I'm waiting. I don't know where it is. The trophy or golden boot or something, but there was something. I never received it.
No, guys, we need to do something. We need to make sure that we get Shaun Golden Boot trophy.
When do you think you're going to get it now?
I've got no idea who's got it or where it is actually.
CAF. We need to talk to CAF, guys.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
While you're still telling us about the story, tell us about the story. Continue with the story. I have an idea. I'll be back.
Are you going to call someone?
I'm coming back. I'll be back just now.
Oh, okay. No, well, obviously, everybody talks about third, fourth place.
Right.
Is there really significance in this particular game? I actually scored my 5th goal in that game against Tunisia, which gave me the
Golden Boot.
Golden Boot top scorer for AFCON 2000, Ghana, Nigeria.
Wow.
Sorry to interrupt. I come again. I come again. Now we're going to do it the right way.
Oh, CAF representative.
Yes. CAF representative. It's Pan-Africanism. Pan-Africanism. There we go. There we go. Pan-Africanism.
Thank you. Thank you.
There
You deserve it.
is Shaun's
You
official.
deserve it.
I like to thank my family.
Hey, don't start with those acceptance speeches. Hey, then we hear my wife and my girlfriend. Hey.
But you know, Brighton, what I really wanted to ask Shaun, now that he gets this,
Yes, finally.
is those players are back in their hotel rooms now. Morocco players, Senegal players. You know how big this is. The entire Senegal through Dakar is buzzing. And they're saying, listen, we could have forgiven you if you lost a quarterfinal and we're out.
Sure.
The Moroccans obviously saw the celebrations at full time because a bit embarrassing for the host nation to not go to the final. Plus, they haven't won it since, 76?
Yeah.
What is going through those sets of players now? And how important is the rest of the technical team between now and kickoff?
Well, two things. If you saw the celebration of Senegal,
Yeah.
and Mane was the first one to do it. he said, hey, calm down, players,
Yeah.
calm down. We won this match, there's a final.
Yeah.
Then you watch the Moroccan celebration, which I believe they really scraped through because Nigeria maybe didn't
Okay.
turn up completely.
Very good.
And then there was a lot of pressure from the fans, the whole country. So did that game take so much out of them that they won't compete
Right.
enough in the final? That is the biggest question.
That's the biggest one. That's the biggest one because now you look at both semifinals. By the way, which one do you think was by far the best game of the weekend?
I think the Nigeria-Morocco. In some respect, I think the Senegal one was almost like one-sided, to be honest. Even
Egypt didn't
not,
show up.
Even not talking about stats, because
Yeah.
stats was all even in Senegal's favor.
Sure.
Like you said, you know, the Mamouche and Salah, everybody expected a lot. Because the big talking point before that game was Salah being, I think, 34,
Yeah.
last chance to win the AFCON with Egypt. Is he going to bring it? Maybe that pressure was just a little bit
I mean, there was something beautiful about that game where, especially from Egypt's side, we had, you know, both the coach and the assistant coach, the twin brothers,
Yeah.
who by far have a rich history when it comes to this tournament.
Right.
But Coach Hassan is one of the leading goal scorers for Egypt in succession when it comes to the tournament, right? Now you have a Mo Salah who was chasing that record. He's just a goal shy away from that, actually. And then you go into a game like this, you're thinking they'll be firing in all cylinders.
Right.
But it didn't happen. Was it expected?
No, of course it was not expected. I think we had talked about how good Egypt have been at the tournament. Again, Shaun and I had talked about how they are not the flashiest side. They're not even keeping possession as the traditional Egypt we know. They are a very mature team now. They sit back, they wait for their moments. When they are in attack, they are very, 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 very smooth. They will hurt you anytime.
Sure.
But then there was always been this question of if you cut off their midfield,
Yeah.
if you cut off their supply, what
Yeah.
happens to that crazy front three? And that's exactly what happened. Every time Salah had the ball, he was surrounded by 2 or 3 players. Every time Mamouche got through, we actually didn't see much of Mamouche, to be honest. So Egypt went through total, they were dominated for the whole game. And it's so hurting, just like you've said, because this was probably Salah's last chance to win the AFCON. Just like Sadio Mane as well.
Yeah.
Their time obviously is running out. But it was so hurting that you felt Egypt were only dreaming of a final, that even at full time you saw how the head coach Hossam was showing the fans the number of trophies he's won.
Yeah.
And, usually by the time a coach gets down to that, that's all anger, that's all emotion.
Yeah.
But if I'm in Cairo, I'm obviously disappointed we didn't make the final. But if I watch the entire 90 minutes, I know the lands of Teranga were obviously...
But they came out again after that goal. And I think I want to go back to that moment again, if we do have, you know, the chance to see that goal.
Yeah.
Coach Shaun, you in that moment. Nothing was happening. They were probing and probing and probing Senegal. And then one would say, by sheer luck, deflected, it falls to the right man at the right time.
Yeah.
Sadio Mane. That execution. I mean, look at this. You look at this game and you're like, okay, rotating, ball retention. They look very resolute. You look at Egypt here, try that shot outside of the box. He had no business. He had no business to get that ball. But you look at also his movement.
He was the only one that was switched on. And I've said this before, actually, when I was doing coaching.
Well, also the referee was switched on there.
But that's what I was going to say to you. I've always said to my attacking players, look where the referee is. The referee always have to have the best angle to see the whole picture.
Yeah.
So where the referee is always the most space. There won't be an opposing player in that area.
Yeah.
Look at that replay.
Interesting.
You see, there's nobody around Sadio Mane in like 5-10 meter radius.
Yeah.
But Brighton.
Yeah,
and just one thing that irks me is this thing about defenders turning their bodies, man.
Yeah.
Turn your body or this thing of your hands.
You can put your hands behind, but make
not
yourself
gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but more importantly, I think what Shaun says is in there lies a very big mistake from the Egyptians. We've known them for solid defending. They defend as a unit. They come back, fight for each other.
Yeah.
But you see, if you look at that footage again, there are 5 defenders. They're playing
no one is
5
charging
at the
to
back.
close down.
Yeah.
Sadio Mane is in, and you see Sadio Mane is such an experienced player who's played at the highest level. He's going to hurt you even within the smallest of spaces.
Sure.
Look at him. He's in the middle. He takes a jog back. Now look at how many red shirts you have in the back line. Those are 5.
Yeah.
Look at Sadio Mane. That's when they are realizing that someone is in space. So there was a bit of laxity for the Egyptian defense. And at this level of world competition, you're going to be punished. As simple as that.
Sure. I took
And
long.
look at the final defender trying to close down Sadio Mane compared to yesterday. I think it was Ajay when he made a mistake.
Yeah.
And then he came in through everything.
Body, everything was there to stop that shot from going in.
That was the difference.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, that was the difference. But now, when I look at this Senegal team, there's an emotional part of me that comes to play, right? You look at a situation like suspensions within the tournament, Koulibaly gets his second suspension, not only for this tournament, but also he didn't get to play the final, 2019.
Yeah,
Do we change the rules? I was having a conversation with the guys, off air, that do we change the rules when it comes to now card accumulations coming into the knockout phase, or while the honors lies with the players?
Yeah, I think that's part of the discipline issue, isn't it? And coaches will tell you, it's the unfortunate thing that you will miss the final again, but the discipline side is always could have prevented something. There's no way we can change the rules. We cannot change the rules.
I beg to differ. And my point is that you look at the accumulations of his cards, right? Like yesterday's one.
Yeah.
Early in the game.
It looked almost accidental.
For him to get a card.
Yeah.
I think it was harsh. It's the 16th minute.
Yeah, but the referees will tell you it doesn't matter if it's your 10th tackle, your first tackle.
But Coach Shaun, here, you look at the...
He was going for the ball.
He's going for the ball.
But Mamouche just touched it.
Just a touch.
I don't think it's a card, first of all.
Yeah.
But also, Shaun will tell you that I think footballers' habits sometimes develop an attitude from referees over time. Yeah. There are solid defenders and defensive midfielders that throw in these tackles, the Idrissa Gueye of this world, all the time. And sometimes they're not carded, because maybe it's how he throws it in, it's how he reacts immediately after that. But Koulibaly seems to have picked up this image of, I'm always a card away.
Yeah.
He missed the last 16, and they had very good replacement, still played very well.
Solid, yeah.
Yeah, but now the question is he going to meet, when he misses the final, what does this mean? Because if I'm Diaz, I'm very excited. But listen, at the end of the day, this is not a club.
Yeah.
This is not a school team. But this is a national team.
But
there should be quality on that bench for Senegal's level.
But I was going to say, even though the yellow card keep him out from the final, he went out after 23, 25
I don't think he's injured.
Yeah.
Maybe his injury was here.
I don't know. You know what my thinking was? When
I think the injury was here.
Because Shaun brings a very important point. There were two Senegalese players who were yellow carded in that first half.
Yeah.
And they were both taken off at halftime. Yeah. I think Pape Thiaw, first of all, realized, listen, you're already out of the final.
Yeah.
So you're on a yellow card.
Yeah.
Why should we risk finishing 10?
We can't.
You're not part of our future plan.
Psychologically as well.
And already on a yellow card. And you're a defender. And now they are going to target you. So for me, it's actually one of the biggest masterclasses I've seen at the AFCON. He realized at halftime, I've got two guys. This is a semi-final. This is not a group stage game where you say...
We're not playing league.
Yeah, we're going to hold on to your experience to finish up the game.
Yeah.
Either we could finish 10 with a man who won't play the final anyway.
Sure.
So I felt it was a fantastic decision. Plus, he's already beaten. He's the captain. He's already beaten that he won't play the final.
Yeah. For me, I think he's one of the heartbeat of this team.
Yeah.
Exciting player. He gets this suspension. Why? What happened? I still don't understand till today. He's probably asking the same thing. He's like, Rev, why?
What did I do?
But also, coach, you get into this moment. I know there was a story about Balotelli, Mourinho.
Yeah.
15 minutes, entire halftime chat was, Mario, no provocation. Don't mark, don't respond, anything. I'm assuming that's a card for dissent.
For dissent, yeah.
So how do you speak to a player like that? You're missing a cup final.
Yeah.
You don't want to be like Coach Shaun, who's played the final.
Yeah.
But the thing is, for the coach, it's probably a lot easier to accept than the player, because he'll go back and think, I should not have done that.
Right.
The coach has already warned me about, like you said, with Balotelli.
Yeah.
He's already warned me about not speaking to the referee. Now you go and do it, and now you're missing a final. The coach can always replace you, but you as a player, you had the opportunity to actually not do it.
But also, Shaun, is it that we treat these footballers as robots? Because, I mean, why is it called the beautiful game? Why do we, the fans, laugh? Why do we cry when there are moments in football? Why do, unfortunately, people around the world commit suicide?
Yeah.
You've heard of these cases.
Yeah.
Why do people lose money? It's because the passion that football comes with is absolutely mad.
And
so now
uncontrollable.
imagine that passion is for you up in the stands.
Yeah.
What about the guy who has just thrown in a tackle on the pitch? So I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Be careful, be reasonable. You've got a final coming up. But you also have to understand that these guys,
In the heat of the moment.
they get lost in the moment, man.
But
And you have to understand that.
one person who will rule doing that is Wilfred Ndidi.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
yesterday, Nigeria certainly missed Ndidi.
And I said to Andrew before the show, it's like when we watch Nigeria and Ndidi plays, nobody speaks about him. We spoke about Lukman, we spoke about Osman, we
Yeah.
spoke about Ako. Nobody speaks about
It's very crucial.
It's the most underrated position. Even if you look around the world, the Busquets of Spain.
Yeah.
Makalele with Chelsea or N'Golo Conte when
Yeah.
he was at Chelsea.
Right.
He mentioned Roy Keane with United. They were doing the dirty work, but who gets the accolades, who gets the recognition? The attacking players. So that, and yesterday you could see they needed that person with a calm head
And stability.
and and that variation of passes you spoke about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what we all admired Iwobi when he penetrated and put passes. But Ngidi, he was doing his job.
Rafael is a very good player, the man who came in for Ndidi. But yeah, like Shaun says, there's a limit he's still yet to hit.
Yeah.
He had like 3 key blind passes in the game where I felt you actually are going to be punished for this. He had some reckless tackles in there. He was late sometimes. He's obviously a player Eric Chelle is going to use probably moving forward, and he's going to get more into, because I think he plays at Club Brugge, he's going to get into better positions, more experience, but you easily could see that Ndidi or non-Ndidi is proper night and day.
Yeah, it was very difficult for them. You know, now that we're talking about Nigeria, someone is sitting in Lagos, Abuja, and thinking, we're not going to the World Cup.
Yeah.
We don't win the AFCON. We're going to third and fourth playoff. What's the mindset? For the players? For the fans? Why you laugh?
Oh, I'm Ugandan. I don't know why would ask me this.
There are two things. Obviously, it's probably the most difficult job for the coach to pick the players up.
Right.
Yeah.
But secondly, like I just mentioned earlier about me, there's opportunities for Lukman, for Osman to get top scorers still. If
That's
they-
why we have this one. You got it. You got it third place, yeah?
if they want to play, if they won that accolade,
Yeah.
they've got opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
The only question is, would they want to play those games?
Yeah.
Because sometimes also the back of players' minds are, hey, I've got a game next week at Galatasaray. I've got to go back to my club at Napoli. Do I really need to play this game? What's the significance of third place? Like somebody said earlier, who remembers who came third?
Yeah, but redemption, guys.
But you know what's funny is, Shaun, is,
Yeah.
and I understand what Shaun is saying, for the players, for the coaches, for the legacy of the Super Eagles. But sometimes you have to put this stuff into context.
Yeah.
If I'm Nigerian this morning, I'm obviously very disappointed we didn't make the final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you also need to realize that level of disappointment is a privilege when it comes to African football
Sure.
in general. There are so many fans across the continent that were simply holding champagne parties because their teams made it out of the group stages. And I'm not saying Nigeria should compare themselves to everyone else. I'm just saying, if I'm Nigerian this morning, I take a step back and realize, yeah, we're a big footballing country. Look at how disappointed we are for not making the final under XYZ circumstances.
Yeah.
So, disappointment or not, Nigerians should be proud. Their team showed signs of a real giant when it comes down to African football.
Yeah.
They might not go to the World Cup. They're going to endure that banter from the Ghanaians. I understand that for a while.
From South Africa.
From South Africans,
we're
exactly.
waiting.
But at the Cape Verde as well is going to the World Cup. But the feeling around Nigeria should be Eric Chelle should be given a longer contract.
Yeah.
He's got a great team of players. If they can introduce one or two moving forward, for me, the Super Eagles are back.
But do they win now the third and fourth playoff?
It's the best thing you can do now. It's
have to.
Listen, they already won't forgive you for not winning the AFCON.
Yeah.
But the best thing you can do is be on the podium on the final day. That's the best thing Nigeria can do. No, Egypt are in the same frame because you have 2 or 3 players in that Egyptian team, including Salah, that are probably playing their last AFCON as well. So it's going to be pride both in Cairo and in Abuja.
I mean, they're going to the World Cup, so
Yeah.
they're not
Fair enough.
yeah, so they still have something to build on.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing that says in 5 months' time, guys, we're going to the World Cup, so let's lift our heads up. And for Nigeria, there's nothing. And I'm saying this, and I still say again, guys. You know, I know a lot of you said South Africa must come take lessons in terms of how to win, but unfortunately, you know, you're back home and you'll be watching South Africa at the World Cup
In June.
in June. But all I'm saying is that shoulder to cry on, Chewy, it's still here, guys. You know? We can help you guys qualify, and we can loan players. Are we allowed to loan players to go to the World Cup?
Who do you want?
I mean, I can...
Yo.
I don't know. We good, yeah?
Ah,
Well, sorry. We good. But, Coach Shaun,
Yeah.
we saying now, okay, there's a lot to play for in terms of personal accolades, in terms of also, you don't want to lose to your arch rivals, you know, your nemesis. You have that feeling. But now when we cross over to the final, which is the biggest talking point, when I spoke to Andrew, he was like, oh, you're telling me about a dead rubber. Don't tell. Now he's excited. We're talking about the final now, Andrew.
Yeah.
We're talking about the final.
Because the truth is, third place playoff, and I say this with respect to CAF, to be honest, third place playoff is dead rubber. I'm not sure anyone pays attention to it. And I fully understand where broadcasters are coming from. I mean, I'm a broadcaster. We want these games. I understand the attention in Cairo, in Abuja, but what are you playing for? You're not going to win anything.
For bronze medal.
But they
Pack
also,
your
they also do
bags.
it in the World Cup.
Yeah.
It doesn't change anything. It's still dead rubber, in my view. You have not made it to the final. Imagine the disappointment in
But
Victor
you need to
Osimhen.
determine first, second, third, and fourth.
We don't need third and fourth, guys. Third and fourth is...
Nah, Coach Shaun,
If it's a
I don't think
tournament-
you'll understand that part.
I mean, we finished second in 1978, so I understand.
Yeah, but it was a three-man tournament.
We have a bronze medal in most sports.
Yeah.
There's always the first three.
We can have it in athletics, no problem. We can have it in boxing, no problem. But in football, Shaun, when I get into a semi-final, my dream is the final.
Yeah.
If I don't make the final, you can't tell me there's one more competitive game. To win what?
To win the position third.
To win the slightly
Front page
to win
is
the
the
slightly
winner.
off-colored gold.
Yeah, see what I mean? I'm sure the Nigerians think different about it. They're going to bash us and say, oh, you're from Uganda. Oh, you know nothing about winning medals. Fair enough. But really, third place playoff, I wouldn't lose dreams or sleep over third place playoff. It's got to be the final for me.
But he was referring to the final. We forgot about third and fourth.
Yeah.
already.
Because you talked about dead rubber somewhere in there. So that's why I came back to it.
Okay, now we're playing for the big one.
Yeah.
The big trophy.
This is it. This
the
is
final.
it.
You
Yeah.
see that one there?
Yeah.
We're playing for that one.
Yeah.
Who's lifting that? Senegal, they're coming back after 2019 with Cisse. I mean, for me, I have so much respect for that coach.
Yeah.
But again, you have a coach who went on to win Chen
Yeah.
with relatively unknown players. He went to Algeria. Chow, when he went with Senegal, they won Chen. He comes in, he takes this team to the final. Surely, this is the guy who's going to bring it back to Dakar.
I don't know, to be honest with you. I think now that the final is finally here, whoever is playing Morocco is up against a real machine now. It's different emotions from that semi-final. It's now 90 minutes to a trophy. But listen, you've got to give the land.
You look at the demeanor. Look at this.
No, you've got to give them their flowers.
There's aura. There's aura about this
Not
team.
many national teams have a transition in the coaching team, and
Yeah.
the team actually stays flying.
Sure.
Aliou Cisse was absolutely top. Did everything he could for his country.
Sure.
Forget the captaining. I'm talking about the coaching.
Yeah.
They brought in Thiaw, and he's not the most vocal guy.
No.
He's not the most comic guy. Just like Cisse anyway.
Yeah.
On that touchline, he's always holding his chin, sitting back, but. You think the players have taken up to what he wants very, very well. He's such a soft-spoken player.
That's the picture that Coach Shaun doesn't like. You look at the contrasting impact
celebrations.
on celebrations.
Yeah, it's quite different. These guys, it's not just about winning against Nigeria. This guy is about pressure up in the stands.
Yeah.
You know, the entire country is talking about that game. So for them, it's not just the 90 minutes. They have just taken a whole load off their heads to the final. Of course, after this, I'm sure they
Do you
went
think
back.
they're always animated?
Yeah, no, I'm sure after this, they went back to their rooms and were like, guys, shh, shh, shh.
I don't think so.
Everyone quiet.
You know what it reminds me of? Remember the Sudan game where Senegal were trailing with the red card? Sadio Mane scores the equalizer. And then the gents were excited. Even the bench came onto the field to celebrate. And he was screaming at everyone to say, go back, guys. Let's still relax, let's think. You know, you look at it and you like, throughout the entire tournament, this is a Senegal team that's very grounded, that's very focused on their mandate, on the bigger picture. And we saw it yesterday where Sadio Mane kept on saying to everyone, hey, calm down. You look at the demeanor as well. Contrasting both these teams.
Without a doubt. And that's why I mentioned the fact that Sadio Mane let the main thing remain the main thing, which is win the trophy. It's good. Semi-final, we won, we're in the final. But the way Morocco celebrated, it was a bigger relief for them against Nigeria and it's almost like they won the trophy already.
Sure.
Because they probably felt that's the tougher opposition. I think Senegal, best thing to do is to score early against Morocco.
Yeah.
Then that will be quiet.
Yeah, you know, I just saw a similar example in Ugandan basketball recent. So my favorite club is 2-0 down in the final, and it's a best of 7 game series.
Yeah.
And we're playing against the team that has won the championship 10 times in a row. And now we are 2-0 down, and the team wins 3 in a row, which means they are 3-2 up. I went to the dressing room and no one was celebrating because now it was not about winning 3 in a row and being 3-1, 3-2 up. It was about, do you lose the 4th game that wins you the championship? Do you get what I mean? So,
I get you.
So for Morocco, it was more of, we have made the final.
Yep.
Forget whether we shall win it or not. Let's first have the country on our hands. While for Senegal, it was more of, we've come this far.
Yeah.
There's no reason to celebrate because there's one more hurdle coming up.
And we've done it before.
And you can understand where a sportsman is coming from.
Yeah.
Trust me, there was a couple of celebrations in that dressing room that we didn't see
Yeah,
from the
definitely.
Senegalese.
Yeah, of course.
But they are fixed into the final because they know who they're up against. Not just a strong Morocco team, but they're up against an entire population. So in many ways, and they're also carrying West Africa along now because Nigeria is out. You can be very sure guys in Abuja will be supporting the Senegalese national side. So for them, they have locked in, while for the Moroccans have locked in as well, but their weight was way bigger.
But the experience are more with Senegal, like you've mentioned. They've done it recently.
Sure.
And like Andrew just mentioned, you can't run away from that West Africa versus North Africa. Because if I'm not mistaken, it's still equal, 11 each.
Yeah.
So now it's an opportunity for Senegal, for West Africa to go ahead. And I think that's obviously the bigger motivation than maybe Morocco.
Do they have the arsenal in their ammunition to go and complete the job? The reason why I'm asking this question, I'm looking at Senegal. Senegal, it's always like for like. You sub Mane, you sub whoever.
Yeah.
Someone comes in, the machine is still running, and I feel like it just goes. It keeps on going, you know. And then on the other side, I look at Morocco. That's why you saw there was a time where coach had to sub Brahimi, and it was like, no.
Yeah.
Stay, I'll sub, you know. Do they? Because up there yesterday, I think he didn't have a good game.
No.
He was struggling. Do they have the firepower now to carry them over?
That's always the biggest question. And more so when it comes to the final, because now it's a more overwhelming moment.
Yeah.
And as a host country, you're always going to be under pressure, individually and as a team.
Sure.
Because that expectation of you winning it will always be there. Nobody's going to give it to Senegal now that Morocco's in the final.
Yeah.
I can tell you that.
Yeah.
The favorite will be blown out and it will be Morocco 90%. Senegal, they will surprise everybody by taking Morocco and getting them, obviously,
That's your prediction?
Yes.
Right away?
Yeah.
straight away.
It's going to be tough. So, you know, there's this whole West, North, and how everyone characterizes football in the Arab world, whether it's Egypt, Tunisia, Algeria, Morocco. They're very good with keeping the ball.
Sure.
Now, for Egypt, we talked about how much they were sitting back, soaking in the pressure, and being very smooth and hurting you because they struggle with keeping possession in some of the games.
Yeah.
Morocco is a completely different beast. They play the same classy football, tiki-taka, but they defend while they attack. There's no moment when they allow you actually settle on the ball.
They've considered only 1 goal.
And you could see how Nigeria struggled. A team that had been firing, really, they even couldn't find space, those counterattacks they were looking for. I don't know how many times Osimhen touched the ball, for example.
Bro, the only time he touched the ball was when he was tackling or marking or pressing. That was the only time.
So the Senegal-Morocco game is going to be so different as compared to all the other North African teams we have seen. Because this Moroccan side defends so well and keeps possession.
Yeah.
We've talked about them having almost the most number of passes at the AFCON. They keep possession, they attack, they defend as a unit. But like Shaun says, listen, this is the final. It's going to be 11 up against 11.
Yeah.
Senegal are not here by luck.
No.
They have struggled their way here. They have one of the quickest counterattacks I've seen at the AFCON. Ismail Assar comes on with 5 minutes to go. That is how much
it tells you.
Yeah, that is how much Pape Thiaw has in his arsenal, the one you've just been talking about.
Yeah.
They have players who can hurt you anytime. We didn't see much of Papa Gueye.
No.
For example, in this game.
But who are the players?
Ibrahim Baye, did he even play Ibrahim Baye? The youngster didn't even come on.
No.
That is how much quality Senegal have. So they can hurt you anytime.
It's insane because now you're talking about the players. I'm trying to think right now that this is a dream final.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll be blessed to witness such because I looked at yesterday's game with all due respect. Yes, much as there's this rivalry between us and Nigeria and so forth, but Nigeria, I looked at them and I'm like, I'm ashamed to say this team is not going to the World Cup.
Yeah.
Class. Solid. Pure class.
But they were
Brought into
neutralized
tournament.
generally against.
Yes, they
against
were
Morocco.
neutralized by
We didn't see the
by
Nigeria
a
we've seen the
top
whole
team
tournament.
as
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
you know.
We didn't see that Nigeria the whole tournament.
I think we did. I think they played against a better side. Personally, if I say a team didn't show up,
Right.
a team that didn't show up for me the entire tournament,
Yeah.
Egypt. Yes, I said what I said. Egypt, I think I could have brought Comoros to play the tournament,
Yeah.
or Cape Verde rather,
Yeah.
to play the tournament. We would have seen exciting football better than Egypt. Egypt were nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, but they made it to the semi-finals. For me, that was the point. They're like a grease
really?
of salt.
Yeah, they scraped through.
Yeah, they scraped.
They
Yeah.
scrape- which is always tricky. Not every team can scrape
Sure,
through.
I
But it comes
understand.
down to mentality sometimes.
But they're scraping through. There should be some moments where you look at them and say, they're going to pick up.
Yeah.
You know, you look at Ivory Coast when they won the tournament, the previous tournament. They were not convincing, but they had good moments.
Yeah.
They had good moments, and when
That's
Fire
true.
came in,
That's true.
you could see now. Hence, they won the tournament.
I think for me,
This
I
year,
think for
Egypt,
me,
nothing.
what Egypt have gone through the whole tournament, Shaun, is what Nigeria went through yesterday. Because I kept waiting for a moment when Nigeria were going to blow up the line.
Yeah.
We have not watched any game where Lukman doesn't test the goalkeeper often, where Osimhen doesn't miss a clear-cut chance inside the box, where Adams doesn't, go through and miss a one-on-one. How many of those did you see just yesterday against Morocco? It was a completely blunt Nigeria who were controlled out, like you said, by a really strong footballing side. So it's now for me the final is that kind of thing.
Yeah, but I think that's why this final, the culmination of the whole tournament, it's been so exciting to have these two teams, former winner and obviously the host, looking to regain their top position as far as AFCON winner is concerned. That's what makes it exciting, and that's why it's actually very difficult to predict.
Yeah.
But I'm
gonna save the predictions for the last comments.
Yeah.
You're sticking with
Yeah, I'm
yours.
sticking with mine.
So quick one before
Yeah.
we rush out of here. We still go back to those individual accolades. Goalkeeper of the tournament,
For me, it's still Bono.
Bono. We agree with Bono.
Yeah, I think it's Bono.
Defender of the tournament,
I think Bassi for me is still Calvin. I'm sticking with Calvin.
Come on, Shaun, get out of my head.
I'm sticking. What?
Of course, Bassi is the
Definitely.
player. Of course, he's that. Did you see him? Did you
I
see his
agree.
style yesterday?
Yeah.
I don't think he put a foot wrong for the entire 90 minutes.
all I'm saying is he doesn't have to go back to.
You know what I
Fulham.
loved about
I think
yesterday's
Chelsea, they
game
need
as
him.
well.
Yeah.
Yesterday,
Man United, you need him.
what I loved about yesterday was the commentator saying how many clubs rejected him.
Yeah, I saw. I had.
Mentioned. Also,
Even my club.
your
Charlton,
club, Charlton.
twice. I'm like, how did they not?
And Charlton, they're looking at him and like,
Like, yeah.
oh, but your other club can sign him. You need him. Man United,
yeah, there's a few.
you need him.
Yeah.
Okay, we're moving on to midfield of the tournament.
You know,
Oh.
being a striker. No, being a
Are
striker.
we going here?
No. Yeah, exactly. Being a striker, I'm always going to look going forward.
Yeah,
And I've been really impressed with Awobi's performances.
definitely. I think
Andrew might differ and go more for a central role type of.
I was leaning towards Pape Gay,
Yeah.
but this man,
No.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it?
he did everything.
Yeah.
There's a couple of players in the midfield who I think have done brilliant and have been consistent. But I think what Shaun is saying is this is a guy who plays a slightly different role.
Yeah.
He doesn't play so often, like we've discussed before, and has been consistent. Even yesterday,
His numbers are
yesterday he was
insane as
closely
well.
watched by the Moroccans. They
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
allow him to make those moves.
Yeah.
But he had one or two passes that easily could have put Morocco in trouble. So, yeah, I have to go with Iwobi as well. It's
Definitely. So we're
really
going with.
hard.
I love it. We're agreeing with everything,
Yeah.
you guys. And then now we're going with the forwards.
I will let him go first with the forwards because I've done the first three already.
Don't go with the heart.
No, without a doubt, I'm going to go with Brahim Diaz. I think it's really hard. I had my reservations, I had my other options before, even though he didn't find the back of the net comfortably as we thought.
Only yesterday.
Yeah, you're not a top scorer scoring different types of
No,
goals for
yeah,
the
yeah.
team.
Yeah.
Nah, it's Brahim Diaz for me.
I agree, especially like they say, the new kid on the block.
Yeah.
I think he produced some great performances and his
Yeah.
all-round influence on the team. I would say, even yesterday, even though he didn't score, I think his influence on the team is massive.
So I'm gonna throw in, obviously because we're wrapping up the tournament,
Yeah.
candidate for coach of the tournament, and
I'll
there's
go.
this last special one also.
I've always admired, like Andrew says, Papatia.
Yeah.
I think his way on the sideline is not negative towards the players.
Sure.
He doesn't have to be animated. He doesn't have to give instructions because he trusts his players. Only difference like you say, that he can make is bringing in on a better player of quality. Substitutions. So I'm going with Senegalese coach.
If Recrao wins it,
You know, Walid hasn't lost a competitive game since he took over, the Moroccan head coach. That alone, for me, puts him up there.
Yeah.
A man under pressure of a home team. They're playing good football.
Yeah.
They're scoring goals for fun. I'm going with the Moroccan head coach, Walid.
Okay. The most special team of the tournament, I'm not going to call it the team of the tournament or whatsoever. The most special team, I don't have the trophy yet.
Yeah.
But definitely goes to my brother,
Yeah.
my neighbors, Uganda.
Yeah.
Fair play. One, Uganda, they arrived
Fast.
the first.
Discipline.
The tournament.
Discipline.
Yeah.
That's discipline.
Yes.
And then two,
They
they
left.
fielded 3 goalkeepers in one game.
Adventurous.
So it's giving everyone a run.
Adventurous.
Very adventurous.
Yes.
But that's like pay to play.
You know? And then
Give everybody a chance.
lastly, they left the tournament the first ones.
Quietly.
Very nicely.
Quietly.
We're just waiting for now that the commission, the state,
Let's just
obviously
give
the
them the
senior
trophy.
statesman, Honorable Museveni, President, will have a chat with them. We're still waiting for that because we're hosting. And I know that the next tournament is co-hosting.
Yeah.
We're going to make it out of the group.
No, what do you mean out of the group? We're making it to the semi-finals. That's the plan, at least.
You know what?
This man is putting his form on that.
No, you know what, Coach Shaun, let's bring it back to our final. We are excited. We're looking forward to this final. Gentlemen, it's been an absolute journey with you guys.
It's been great.
I loved it. Maybe imparting your predictions so that we are sure.
Yeah.
Because don't be confused by me wearing this.
Yeah, no. Listen, I did say they will be in the final.
Yeah.
Before the semis, I said Senegal and Morocco in the final.
Sure.
But I'm sticking with Senegal. Just the experience and know how to get over that final hurdle. I think they will do it.
Senegal is going to do it.
Yeah, I don't think I can lose to Shaun twice in a row. I don't think so. I am going Morocco. Morocco will be the African champions 2025. Whew. Take that to the bank again. Yeah.
Are you waiting for me?
Yeah, what is your prediction?
You wearing the
know he
shirt?
never gives predictions.
So
he loves football.
So here's the thing. Because it's the last one, I'm going to be brave. I'm going to be bold. I'm going to be the bright star. And just let you know that African football is the winner of this tournament. Don't be confused by the T-shirt. All I'm saying is that African football, guys, what a great tournament.
Yeah.
It's been fantastic. Family meeting has been beautiful. I enjoyed the chats, enjoyed learning so much about our culture as well. The fans, I mean, credit must also go to Muladinga, Lumumba, solid. Everything has been beautiful. So hence I say African football is the winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I safe to leave it there?
Yeah, you have to leave it there.
I think you guys know
but
that Senegal is going to win it.
Yeah, just add the fact, Shaun, that so many European stars, top footballers, came and watched the AFCON. Whether it was the proximity to Europe or not, the fact that Jules Koundé, the fact that Tchouaméni, the fact that Mbappe, the fact that Zidane were up in the stands shows that African football has taken a whole new leap because now it's a television and digital world. I'm also hoping now for the next tournament, a couple of players can break off to come because having them up in the stands means so much for
In
the
Kampala, ne?
in Kampala, in Nairobi,
nice.
in Dar es Salaam.
Yeah.
And of course, I hope the AFCON goes back to June for starters.
Yeah.
So we can have it at a time when the European leagues are off, when all players can come. So the AFCON can become a huge world party just like the Euros. Because I think we can reach there. Yeah.
And just like that, that's how we wrap the family meeting. So guys, don't forget, on Sunday, it's the big one. It's the final. Senegal
I'm going 1-0.
versus Morocco. And African football. We'll see you on Sunday, guys. Have a good one. It's been an absolute pleasure. Continue commenting and making sure that you tell us also your predictions. Let us know. What do you think? Is it football that's going to win? Or Morocco? Or Senegal? I don't know. But family meeting, that's how we wrap it. It's been a pleasure. African podcast, lovely. Thank you. We out.